Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Are we gonna go to a cutscene or not? Yes, indeed. I made the right call ending before this.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him.
Alright, Wiggins, do it. I have to talk to you myself, though. Fine. Come on!
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
Sometime later. Eventually. This is giving emphasis to the
Mr.
time later.
Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
First, I must do what we always do. It's a character portrait. Alright, so we can see he's honest right off the bat. Good start, my good fellow. Wait. Yeah, strong build. Wow, that's fast. Is there really nothing of interest down at the hands? I guess not, but how about that? Nope, okay. Nothing. Something. Newspaper ink. He must work for the paper. Down here. You got some clean boots. Okay. Moving on up to the east side. You have a sea knife. Oh, he's ready to kill us if he wants to. Anyway.
You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her, from when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and first officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... and what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right, if there was no evidence.
What then?
First of all,
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
no, but I call the knot you tie evidence.
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Shark. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Yeah. Alright. I know it says call Croc, but we just did that. Do I need to call him again? Thank you for completing that. Well, I would say that this has been a very quick case. We're gonna go and say Crocker's involvement. And if all goes well, the captain is the killer. Now, I am going to go... This is a very easy decision. I'm going to go ahead and absolve him once more because the fact that this was a domestic violence case, it just seems wrong to convict the guy who defended her. I'm gonna confirm, and we're gonna be off. And we're gonna wait a little
Wiggins,
bit. There we
could
go.
you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour has passed. Although it feels like longer.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstone.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
After this brief loading sequence. Yes, you gotta fight him off, otherwise, bad things will happen. Alright, Come on, I'm clicking. Then I hit W that time correctly. Alrighty then.
Please forgive me,
thank you.
Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox Dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night. Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Alrighty. That was indeed only 16 pieces of evidence. That was probably the shortest case so far. Alright. We're going to go ahead and accept our decision. Yay us. And we are very conscientious. Big word! Anyway, 93% of the people solved the case the same way I did. And 65% made the same moral choice. I have absolutely no complaints.
Holmes, for heaven's sake, whatever's going on?
Oh, hello, Watson. You're early. Did you kill all of your patients?
What? Holmes, where have all these wretched bees come from?
I increased the temperature of the room so as to prevent them from hibernating. I needed to take a sample of honey. But it worked, Watson. We will have honey all year round.
Ridiculous and dangerous.
They're domestic bees, Apis mellifera, such industrious workers. Anyway, Watson, I am sorry, but I must leave you. I'm in rather a hurry.
You have a new case?
Yes, but nothing as thrilling as this experiment. A theft of plants at the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew. I'm helping a minister who's an old friend of mine. You can join me if you like.
Well, I'll admit that I'd far rather accompany you than remain alone here with these workers of yours. Besides, you'll need a helping hand with the flowers you're intending to bring back.
Watson, however did you guess?
For the great Sherlock Holmes to bother with the theft of plants. Come on, admit that you're planning to spoil your little bees with some rare pollens.
Since when did I become so transparent? Let us go.
Oh, I have to admit, this is probably the most entertaining start to a case so far. Don't even think of me leaving. We must put on our hat. It is required. After, of course, we check the post. Alright, what say you? Dear Mr. Holmes. Yeah, it's just saying thank you. From these people. Okay, cool. All said and done. I'm ready to get away from these bees, too. Ugh. Alright, give me a hat. Number 8. Right on the money. Now, we're never leaving this room because I'm scared of bees. We're gonna jump out the window. No, I'm kidding. Let's transition outside noise, though. Cool. Let's go. No, away from Baker Street. Far, far away, please! I want nothing to do with it. Ugh. And we're going along. Rolling along so nicely. Almost got stuck there, but we're still rolling. Still rolling. Still rolling! Okay, this next area is a bit big, so I can justify the long loading part. Although, stupid computer. Why? I need. If it was possible, hey, maybe it's possible to upgrade the processor that came with this machine. I might do it. It all comes down to money and whether or not I can actually do it well.
Well, Holmes, here we are at the Royal Botanic Gardens. There's no doubt that this place is beautiful. But are you really intent on investigating the theft of the plants?
Yes, of course.
I don't believe you, so let's talk to the peoples. And it's waiting.
Don't touch anything else, is that clear? Just go and get a bucket of fertilizer. And without turning it over this time. Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you? If you are here for a visit, please do come back on Sunday.
I am afraid that it cannot wait. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson. We are investigating the theft of plants that took place here 5 days ago. A remarkable collection, I believe.
So you're the one in charge, eh?
A small favour for a friend. Now, to whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
I am Martin Hamish. I am the Deputy Director of Kew Gardens, and that fellow yonder is Albert. He works here.
I am delighted to meet you. What can you tell us about the plants?
They were rare and exceptional plants. We presented them at our last exhibition. We haven't removed the stand yet. It is still in the large glass house. We only learned of their disappearance the evening after the exhibition, and nobody saw anything.
No doors were forced?
No, but I would imagine that for a thief it would be fairly easy to gain entry, for there are no guards here.
Well, if you don't mind, we will take a look. Now, you say that it is in the large glass house.
Yes, the one just behind me. Just a second, since Albert has nothing else to do. Albert, show these gentlemen where the exhibition was held.
How many people work here?
Only myself, but occasionally 2 students, Albert, whom you have met, and Miss White.
Okay. I don't know why we need a loading circle for this, but okay. At least it's encouragement that it's not frozen.
This is the place where the stolen plants were exhibited.
Thank you. Is there something the matter?
Yes, there is. All right, the plants were valuable and rare, but it seems to me that the tragedy that took place here only 2 days ago has been entirely forgotten already.
What tragedy are you referring to?
The director of Kew Gardens, Mr. Montague Dunn, he died here just 2 days ago.
We're very sorry. We were not aware. The two of you were good friends?
He was my father.
Oh dear. Our condolences. We should not be troubling you. Please do excuse us for the intrusion.
You say that he died here, in the large glass house.
Holmes?
Yes, just here, near the door to the colonial collection. He suffered a heart attack. Just like that. So suddenly. It was terrible. Excuse me, gentlemen, but I cannot remain here. If you need me, I'll be in the reserve. That's the room next to the front of the large greenhouse.
Of course, we understand.
Alright, well, now we have something better to do than look at plants.
The plants were here. All of them were stolen.
Do not touch.
Okay. Does that sign say anything? Why are there balloons here? Funny.
Here is a list of the stolen plants.
Okay, now you have the list. We can probably, archive it up or something.
According to Albert, this is where his father, Montague Dunn, was found dead.
And if we use our talent, we can see several things of interest, like... Oh.
Soil. It should have come from a flower pot.
And that's it?
The soil on the side of this flower shelf is the same as that on the ground.
Okay. I wanted to look at this.
Fragments of a flower pot. It fell down here.
Cool. And yeah, we gotta go back to look at this.
The traces are thinner in some places.
Okay.
These boot marks are fresh. It appears as though someone was dragging their feet. The footprints reveal that someone staggered here.
Thank you for telling us that. I don't know what you're walking away from, Watson. We also have this.
The esconsson was breached near the handle.
And...
The door was smashed at shoulder height.
And then the
This door
handle.
handle is new. It was recently changed. The door was forced from the inside of the Colonial Collection Room. The handle was changed afterwards.
I didn't see what you said, but that's fine.
This
well.
pot was broken fairly recently.
Alrighty.
A flower pot recently fell down from these shelves and was misplaced.
Cool. And there's stuff here.
Blood.
And?
This sign is broken. Something heavy was dropped upon it. Someone fell violently against this sign, and they were injured in the clash. Most likely a head wound. All the clues around here are quite suspicious. I need my imagination to make sense of it all.
Well, it's time for this. It's ordering time. I need to find the order. Here it is. No. Where is it? Oh, dude, this guy does it late. Hang on. No? What? I gotta turn it off so there's some music while I figure this out. Okay, I'm ready. So, first is breaking the door. Second, breaking the pot. It lets me tap on it. Unless falling on the fence. Thank you. Knocking over the pot. And then great, I lost my place. Oh, it's just falling on the fence. I don't know why I thought there'd be more. Ah, wolf, wasting time. And we can fast forward because we already know what happened.
This reconstruction reveals a disturbing fact. Montague Dunn damaged the door of the Colonial Collection Room.
He was in a panic, or the door was locked. Was it an accident? Or a murder, then, I wonder. I think we need to inspect the Colonial Collection.
I guess we'll take Watson's advice and do just that. This is not the code. There's still
According
stuff to
to
do here.
this, they have light and moisture control in some parts of the building.
I'd say so.
Very strange. Half of the Colonial Collection is absent.
There's also this here on the floor.
The smell is strong. It is a detergent.
And then over here, the stone ship.
This broken fragment was the result of a heavy blow.
What's here?
A fragment of marble, most likely chipped from a statue or sculpture.
Well, it's ours now, and we gotta do the town one more time to look at the
These
paints.
windows were perfectly cleaned. Part of this greenhouse was emptied and thoroughly cleaned.
Alright, first deduction of the day. It's very simple. Alright. And it's gonna actually be it's a task, because we need to do the autopsy on the body. Okay. So, we can do that now! Awesome! I don't suppose there's anything else to do in the Colonial Collection Room. Oh, there might be, because we have to look at this!
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
Okay. Is that it? Wow, I'm amazed and shocked at these revelations. Let's wander around a little before we actually head off. We have this way out.
Water lily greenhouse.
We also have... Here, follow the ventilation system if you desire. Out this way. Same
Water
fine.
lily.
And then we have that.
According to this, they have light.
Oh, that we already learned that, so. Out here we have more naturey-natureness. Yay, naturey-natureness, eh? And we arrive here.
Can I help you, gentlemen?
That's just showing you found the guy. We're gonna read this first. No, we're not gonna read that first. That's a nothing. Let's talk to Albert. Loading. Character portrait land. Alright, so we got that. You're consumed by grief. You have a shaving cut. Probably clean hands. I was gonna go with hard worker, but okay, wrong. Bad on me. I'm not the deducer, so...
Do you work here?
Yes, but part-time only. For I'm also studying botany at the University of London.
You're following in your father's footsteps, then that is commendable.
Well, even if botany is not my strongest suit, there are people who say that I could be a good manager.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Yes, we shall. And I also think we're gonna... Yeah, we're gonna end there for today. So next time on Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments, we're gonna head to Scotland Yard and take a look at the corpse. See you guys then.